inspires each of you for when you go into set when you're acting? What is your inspiration, and how do you prepare for your roles?
See, I can maybe do that. What inspires you when you first go on the set?
Right.
Well, I think the first thing that I do is to establish a relationship with the director, the person who's going to be moving me around, telling me what to do, and just make sure that we have a heart connection, whatever that takes on my part, and that I trust him and that he trusts me. And then the next person I'm intrigued with is the DP, who's going to be putting me on camera.
Yeah.
This is my good side. And then I like to meet each and every member, obviously of the cast, but of the crew, because like has been mentioned tonight, you are sort of in a family, and you're in a situation where you can hold the light for others and make it a light-filled experience. And for me personally, I always ask to have a little space over there by myself, and if possible a mattress or a couch. You notice I have a comfortable chair tonight. I just need a little comfort space over here so that I can meditate and chant and pray prior to going out and either being the killer or having whatever part I play. I just did a movie called The Awakened, which was anything but awakened. It was a psychological thriller, and I had to play a woman who you were not supposed to trust. And so I had to let go of Sally for a moment, who's very trustworthy, and just move into a kind of cold veneer, you can't read me place. But at the same time, pretend and act that I'm nice, so that the woman I'm acting with will trust me. But of course, what I'm doing is getting her trust in order to have power over her. And so what am I saying? I'm saying that for me, I don't have a husband or kids or any of that. So for me, when I go into a set, I suddenly am family. That's my family. I adopt them, they adopt me. It's very important to me to be part of the family. I did a movie that Kelly Raleigh, sitting in the back, was a part of, called The Way Shower. And we got to do a film that was actually about spiritual soul realization and having a master and being a student and looking for your soul realization, your God realization. And it was such a joy. We instead of being in a hotel, a bunch of us lived in different houses, and we all lived communally. And it was in Utah. And we got to really love each other as a tribe, as a family. And so there's something about, I can't remember your question now, but what inspires me is just meeting such wonderful people. And every project, you take home family with you, and you get a chance to hopefully open your heart in such a way that somebody watching the movie feels like, oh, I just felt that, And I got a chance to do that with Anna. I mentioned Rahinsat. And I got a chance to do it in The Way Shower. I love acting. I don't know what I would do with myself without acting. It's been my whole life since I was 10. And I teach students, and I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this experience of being able to go to my heart, open it up, hopefully touch someone, and then go home alone without a boyfriend. No, I'm kidding. But you see, when you're in fantasy land, you can have anything and everything. When you're acting, you can have it all. And so you get to, I was once interviewing Ellen Burstyn for a cover story in the magazine, and she said, a good actor can have at least 100 lifetimes in this lifetime.
Wow.
I believe that's true. Yeah.
2.5 spent years now working with is an organization called Women in Film, and the reason that it was created 35, 40 years ago was to help women, especially on the executive level and then in the creative level, to sort of break through that glass ceiling. And although we've been successful in certain ways, quite a few women are running studios now, there are women executives at networks, we still are woefully underrepresented in the creative positions of showrunners, writers, and directors, and also filmmakers. And part of that is due to this old world idea, kind of the boys club, and what it means to really compete for jobs. And that idea of competition for me has always been so at odds with what our work really should be. And the idea of even awards make it, I think, a warped perspective. How can you ever choose something that is subjective as being the best? And if there's one thing that I would like to help in some way shift, is that we are not really in competition with each other. It does not have to come from that place, that there is not an unlimited amount of resources, that the weekend box office that everybody's looking at shouldn't be measured as to who wins. People should be able to access material and recognize that if you don't see it on that opening weekend, it doesn't mean the movie's a failure.
Right.
That if somebody didn't find a series on its second week on air, it doesn't mean it was not worthy. It's a big conundrum, a big question that or aspect of the business that I'm opening up to, but bring you into the conversation. I don't have an answer, but I do think that there's something about women that can either foster that cooperative nature or fall prey to the idea that competition is really what we have to pursue in order to succeed. And the former is what I would like to see happen, and I hope that that's something that our digital media world creates as a real possibility. I mean, competition is one of the things that makes this country, I don't know, it's been our greatest asset and one of our greatest liabilities. So it's a big shift and sea change, but maybe more material like what you're talking about will help foster different